Hello everyone, my name is Aastha. I welcome you all to our classes for IEO for class 5th. Today is our 7th class in the series and our topic for today is Nouns. Nouns is going to be pretty lengthy because we will be doing various categories with various examples. So make sure you are making your notes so that you don't get confused between the various categories. We will also be doing the sample questions. So it is important that you do them honestly and carefully. So let's get started.
So now our question is, the first and foremost question that we ask ourselves is, what are nouns? हमें किसी भी टॉपिक को समझने के लिए पहले ये अंडरस्टैंड करना पड़ता है कि उस टाइटल का एग्जैक्टली मतलब क्या है. पहले हम इसका मीनिंग करेंगे और मीनिंग को बेटर अंडरस्टैंड करने के लिए उसके एग्जाम्पल से समझेंगे और फिर हमें एकदम कंप्लीट क्लैरिटी आ जाएगी जब हम इसके क्विज को अटेम्प्ट करेंगे. ऑलराइट. So here we go. Noun is nothing but any person, place, thing or animal. Alright. All these things, all of them are nouns. Person, जैसे you and me, जैसे your brother, your mother, your teacher, all the persons, they are nouns. Place, for example, Delhi, India, Australia or Mumbai, all these places are nouns. Then things could be, say, this laptop, things could be a pen, things could be a charger, things could be some food, for example apple. All these things are also nouns. Alright. Then animals, so we know dogs, cats, giraffe, and say snake and squirrels. All these birds and animals, all of them are nouns as well. So noun की basic meaning we have to know, which is any, this means any person, any place, anything or an animal, any animal. So a noun refers to any person, place, thing or animal. Alright. Well, now that we have understood what exactly nouns are, okay, noun is person, place, animal, thing. So now we will do what are the types of nouns. Nouns में various types होते हैं and we will study each of them with their certain examples and then we will apply them to the questions. So what are the various types of nouns? So here you see a picture. Alright, we will start by understanding through a picture. Now in the picture, what all do you see? Take a minute, think about it and write it in your notebook that what all do you see? What all general things do you see? Here, let me put it for you. Here you will see birds, right? Here is a bird, here is a bird, here is a bird, here is an owl. All of them are birds. Next up, we also see trees, right? This tree, this one, this one, this one. These are the trees with different leaves. This one has different leaves, this one has different leaves, different trees. We see food. Now Now this girl out here probably seems to be on a picnic, right? So she's got a lot of food with her, some sort of cake and juice. So all this is food. Then children, of course. There are so many kids over here. This guy, this girl, this pair is probably coming from school because they are carrying their bags. So children, plants. You see these herbs and grass and shrubs over here, and there's some sort of fruit. And next, animals. Animals, of course. We see here, 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 right? Next, park. Now this overall scenery, this complete scenery is of a park. So what all do we see? What all common things, general things do we see? We see a few birds, we see food items, we see trees, we see children, we see animals, we also see plants, and overall this is a picture of a park. Now what we will do is, we will understand the specific things here, okay? Now you will understand it later why we are doing this exercise, but just right now, just go with the flow. You see, suppose, let me give you first an example. This park. Now, there can be a lot of parks. There are a lot of parks in the world, in fact. For example, where I live, we have a few parks in our colony as well. But I live in block 3. Alright, and in block 3, there's this one park. So I have named this park as the block 3 park, which means I have specified that this is not just any park, but this is my block 3 park. Alright, so I am saying that this is the image of my block 3 park. Although it is not possible to, have deer and fox in my neighborhood park, but just for understanding, I am saying that this is the block 3 park. Okay. Now, there's this dog. So I have named this dog. That its name must be Bruno. And I have also named this boy and said that his name is Ayush. I also named this girl as Aastha. Then I have left this blank for you so that you can fill over his name or her name yourself. Now you see, this is the first image that we did. Here we said all the general things. For example, trees, birds, food, plants, animals, children, and park. Like, we did not specify which park it was, we just said a park. It is any park, it is just another park. Children, we did not name these children. We did not say this is Ayush and this is Aastha and this is some XYZ person, and we didn't say this is Bruno. Okay, we just generalized. And now this is the first category of nouns, which is the common nouns. Now, common nouns, you see, we're talking about very general things like children. There can be a number of children. There are so many children in the world. We are not specifying which child. We are not specifying any name. We are just saying children. We are not specifying this particular park. We are just saying park, and it could be any park, right? It could be my block 1 park. It could be another central park or any other park. These are common nouns. Let's move on to its meaning. So here the meaning says a common noun is used to name general things, places, ideas, events, or people. Now, if you remember, all these things are what? All these things are nouns. हमने nouns की meaning में पढ़ा था that all these things are nouns. तो common noun हमें क्या बताता है? Common noun is a type of noun जो हमें क्या बताता है? General nouns we can say. The general nouns. इसके एग्जाम्पल्स आप आगे समझेंगे तो ज़्यादा क्लियर होगा, बट बेसिक एग्जाम्पल के लिए जैसे हमने पहले करा, इफ आई से पार्क विच मीन्स इट कुड बी एनी पार्क, राइट, एनी पार्क, तो मैंने एक कॉमन बोल दिया कि पार्क. अब पार्क में देखो भी ब्लॉक 3 पार्क, ब्लॉक 1 पार्क, ब्लॉक 5 पार्क, सेंट्रल पार्क, एनी अदर पार्क, राइट, बट आई सेड पार्क, इसमें से कोई भी पार्क हो सकता है, तो मैंने बस जनरल प्लेस बोल दिया विच इज पार्क, राइट. वैसे ही जनरल पीपल का आई जस्ट सेड चिल्ड्रन, राइट, आई हैव गुड चिल्ड्रन इन माई क्लास, बट I am not naming that I have this person or I have this person, this kid or that kid. I am just naming it generally. So this also becomes a common noun. All right. So say proper nouns exactly हैं क्या? Proper noun names a specific person. यहाँ पे important है specific. जैसे हमने बोला था boys, और boys क्या थे? Common noun थे, और उसमें हमने specify क्या कर दिया? हमने specify कर दिया आयुष के लिए. आयुष क्या है? एक specific person है, right? फिर places के लिए हमने first image में बोला था park, पर हमने second image में क्या बोला कि ये ब्लॉक 3 का पार्क है. अब ब्लॉक 3 में तो एक ही पार्क है ना, तो उसको हमने स्पेसिफाई कर दिया, कोई स्पेसिफिक प्लेस हो गई वो. जैसे एक और एग्जांपल, सपोज हम बोले सिटी, दैट आई एम प्लानिंग टू गो टू अ सिटी, तो सिटी क्या था आपका? कॉमन नाउन. पर अगर हम स्पेसिफाई कर दें, बोलें कि आई एम गोइंग टू दिल्ली, तो वो होगा हमारा प्रॉपर नाउन. थिंक, और जैसे पर्सन के लिए हमने करा, प्लेस के लिए करा और थिंग के लिए करा, एक स्पेसिफिक, ये याद रखना है हमें, जो हम प्रॉपरली एक स्पेसिफिकली बता रहे हैं, तो वो हो गया प्रॉपर नाउन. अब ये चीज और ध्यान में रखनी है कि एक प्रॉपर नाउन ऑलवेज बिगिंस विद अ कैपिटल लेटर. अब जैसे व्हेन यू लर्न टू राइट योर नेम, सबसे पहले आपको सिखाया गया ना कि द फर्स्ट लेटर ऑफ योर नेम शुड बी कैपिटल. If you are writing Aastha, then Aastha ka A is supposed to be capital. Suppose you are writing India, so India ka I has to be capital. Suppose you are writing Delhi, so Delhi ka D has to be capital, right? So ऐसे it has to always begin with a capital letter. तो ये हमारे लिए एक तरीके का एक हिंट भी हो जाता है जब हमें फिगर आउट करना होता है कि क्या कॉमन नाउन है और क्या प्रॉपर नाउन है, तो हमारे लिए गेस वर्क भी हो जाता है, राइट? सो लेट्स तो हमने 2 ब्रॉड कैटेगरीज पढ़ ली हैं. वन इज कॉमन नाउन एंड वन इज प्रॉपर नाउन. तो हम क्विकली रिवाइज कर लेते हैं. कॉमन नाउन क्या हुए? कॉमन नाउन जो किसी भी कॉमन चीज को बता रहे हैं, जैसे पार्क, जैसे सिटीज, जैसे कंट्रीज, जैसे चिल्ड्रन, जैसे एनिमल्स. और प्रॉपर नाउन क्या हुआ? प्रॉपर नाउन हुआ किसी का हम जैसे नेम बताया, हम जैसे हमने किया था आस्था. सपोज वी राइट प्राइम मिनिस्टर नरेंद्र मोदी, सो दैट इज अ प्रॉपर नाउन. Suppose you write the name of your teacher, then that is a proper noun. Your own name is a proper noun. Your pet's name is a proper noun. The city that you specifically live in. So say I live in Delhi, so I write Delhi. Delhi is a proper noun. and we all live in India, तो India is a proper noun. Countries बोलते तो countries क्या होता? Countries होता common noun, but India is a proper noun. I hope you have understood. अगर आपको नहीं समझ आया, you should rewind and watch this again. You will get a better hint. हम आगे अभी examples करेंगे तो maybe आपको और clear हो जाएगा, right? All right. So अब हम examples पढ़ेंगे for common nouns and proper nouns. Examples पढ़ेंगे धीरे धीरे तो it will be clearer to you. So let's start. Just see, you look at this picture first and you see, what do you see? You see fruits. And fruits क्या है? एक general चीज है. Common noun की definition है ये. General चीजें हैं तो common चीज को present कर रहा है तो fruits क्या हो गए? Common noun हो गए. पर इसमें से suppose we have to choose one fruit. Suppose you have to choose your own favorite fruit. I chose watermelon. तो watermelon क्या है? एक specific चीज है. Right, मैंने एक specific fruit choose कर लिया. तो उसी अगर हमने specifically choose कर लिया तो उसे हम बोलेंगे proper noun. Okay, so next example. So here we see this is a group of boys. Okay. And next, here we see there's a single boy. Now there's a group of boys and I want to ask you, who's your best friend? Then you name somebody. For example, let's see. Now these boys would be a common noun. Why? Because as we discussed, common nouns, they talk about general vehicle, general things, general terms में जो बात होती है. So boys, they could be, and when we're talking about one specific one out of these, for example, who's your best friend? You'd say Ali. So Ali would be a proper noun क्योंकि हम एक specifically एक boy की बात कर रहे हैं. Okay, this particular boy we are talking about, that is a proper noun. All right. Now this is what? This is a bundle of books. A lot of books, but suppose this one is we can say a story book. So this are a number of books. ये general term में हमने बोला कि books हैं, कोई भी book हो सकती है, right? कोई भी books हो सकती है इनमें, तो ये हो गया हमारा common noun. But इधर when we are talking about one specific book, for example, a story book, so this becomes a proper noun. All right. So here the next example, we have this map of India and we have this map of Delhi. So you see in this picture we can say there are states, we can say there are cities, there are union territories, right? So all these, they become common now. We can simply say there are different places in here. So because we are talking about something that is general in nature, it becomes a common noun. And then when we talk specifically about Delhi, so that becomes a proper noun. Proper nouns are those which talk about some specific noun, some specific animal, place, thing, or animal, place, thing. All right, so next example. Okay, so herein we have one picture and the next picture. Now the first picture is basically a bundle of various kinds of biscuits. So when you say give me a biscuit, you don't really specify which kind of biscuit. So this one becomes a common noun. We talk in general terms. But if you specify that my favorite biscuit is Oreo and give me the Oreo biscuit, then this becomes a proper noun. Alright? Now next. Okay, so here you see, here is a group of cars. There are a number of cars. When we just say cars or car, it is a common noun because we don't know which car you're talking about. We're just talking in terms of a general thing, that is a car. But when we talk specifically about Bugatti, we say it is a proper noun because we're talking about one particular car, one specific particular car, and not in general terms. This is a proper noun. So here we get the first image and the second image. Now the first one, we see this is a group and there's a variety of shoes over here. What? Shoes. And these are common nouns. Why? Because they refer to general things, right? There are various kinds of shoes. There are heels and there are flats and there are, these sport shoes and there are boots and these are loafers and there are different kinds of shoes. So we just refer to them as shoes. This becomes a common noun. However, when we talk about it specifically, जब हम सिर्फ एक की बात कर रहे हैं, there's just one specific kind of shoes that we are talking about. That becomes the sport shoes. And now that is a proper noun. Why? Because we're talking about something specifically. Alright? Now with this, we finish off with the examples of the common nouns. Common nouns. Let me use another pen. Of common nouns and proper nouns. Common nouns are what? When we talk about something that is general. General, place, animal, thing, person. Just children, park, animals, birds. Proper noun, we have seen so many examples when we're talking about something specifically. That becomes a proper noun. Alright, now we will move on to the next category of nouns. So now you see, now we will talk about different kinds, another category of nouns. And here, what we will figure out is some kind of emotions and bonds, right? So let me give you an example first. For example, you see friendship over here, like both of these are coming from school together, so you see friendship. And then these kids who are playing together, you see friendship over here, right? So like this, you write down a few of the bonds or the feelings that you can figure out from this picture. And I will give you a few examples as well. Now we see love between friends and love between the animals as well. Here maybe this is her pet. And you see love over here. Adventure. Now you see adventure, you can sense adventure in the sense, like you see this girl I think, or boy, this one is trying to, see through and look at the sky and they're trying to, find out new things, or maybe just explore. So we see a sense of adventure here. And we also see happiness. Now all these kids, all of them are smiling and they are happily playing and having a picnic and maybe walking, right? And we also see amazement here. Now amazement, like he or she, I think he's pointing out something and he's amazed by the beauty of it, or with his curiosity, this boy. And you see education, in the sense that both of them are coming back from school, or maybe it seems like an evening picture. So both of them are coming from school and after having their dose of education for the day. Then all of them are kids, so we can say we see their childhood, and maybe he's thinking about something and he's having an idea. Now if you notice, in all these things, in all these words that we mentioned, what was common? What was common was they have no physical existence. You see, there was, for example, in the beginning when we saw about common nouns and proper nouns, we could see animals, we could see the birds, and we could see the park. But here we cannot really, we could not really see the friendship. We could only assume. These are various ideas, emotions, concepts which we could not see. Right? Now friendship does not have a physical form. We could only sense it, we could only assume, and we could only guess. Right? These are feelings. They cannot be seen or touched or heard or smelled or tasted. All right? They have no physical existence. So all these kinds of all these nouns, they are referred to as the abstract nouns. This is the third category of nouns that we are doing, and these are abstract nouns. They are the ones which have no physical existence. These are ideas or emotions or concepts. All right, and we cannot see them or touch them or hear them, smell them, or taste them. Okay, so this is about abstract nouns. The third category of nouns that we are doing. The examples we just saw were like friendship and childhood and education and love and curiosity and amazement and idea. All of these, they are abstract nouns. Now we have a few examples of abstract nouns. Here what you have to notice here is that all of them, none of them can be seen or touched or heard or smelled. All these have no physical existence, like ability, adoration, advantage, adventure, amazement, anger. Now you may see, we can sense when somebody is angry, right? When their face shows, like there's this emoji over here as well. But anger is something that has no physical existence. You cannot touch anger, you cannot taste anger, you cannot smell anger, right? So that's why all of these are abstract nouns. They have no physical existence. Annoyance, anxiety, awareness about something, beauty, and compassion, and confidence, confusion, curiosity, death, dedication, defeat, delay, dishonesty, divorce, friendship, the example that we saw, generation, goal, gossip, growth, happiness. Now when somebody asks you how happy you are, you cannot really measure it and say. There is no unit for measurement. There is no unit for, your growth, your emotional growth. And there is no measurement for somebody's hate. You can just sense it and just say that I am very happy, or I'm very scared and I have a lot of hope, for example, or I'm horrified. And similarly for life, it has no physical existence, cannot be smelt or touched. Loneliness, loss, love, luck, luxury, right? Here we are not talking about the luxurious things. Mind you have to be very careful here. When we start talking about luxurious things, for example, if we talk about a mansion or a bungalow, now that becomes another category of nouns. That is not an abstract noun, because that is something that can be touched. It can be seen. Now, if you're talking about a big house, or you're talking about an expensive car, that car can be touched, it can be seen, it can be felt, and it can be heard as well. But luxury is something that you feel. Luxury is a form of life, and that you live. All right. Similarly for maturity, mercy. Mercy means forgiving someone, giving them mercy. Movement, needing something, need, right, rumor, sacrifice, satisfaction, self-control, service, shock, silliness, skill, and sleep. So let's move on. I have a few more examples as well. These are pretty easy. You should pause the video and have a look at them for yourselves and give a read. I'll just quickly read them for you. Belief, bravery, brilliance, calm, care, chaos, charity, childhood. We took this example, remember? Clarity, coldness, comfort, dream. Dreams have no physical existence. Education, elegance, envy, evil, failure, faith, fascination, fear, fiction, freedom, hurt, idea. We took this example. Infancy. Infancy is the infant stage, when you're very young, only a few months or a few years old. Then that's infancy. Then inflation. Inflation refers to the rising prices. Suppose there's a particular car which was for 10 lakhs last year, and now this year it is for say 12 lakhs. So now that car has inflated, rising prices. Then intelligence, irritation, joy, justice, kindness, liberty, lie, opinion, opportunity, pain, patience, peace, pleasure, power, pride, relief, riches, sorrow, success, surprise, talent, trend, trust, victory, weakness, wealth, wisdom, worry. So let's move on. So now we have done 3 categories of nouns. Okay, first was the proper nouns, second was the common nouns, now and the third was the abstract nouns. Now we are moving on to the fourth category of nouns, which is collective nouns. Now collective, as its name suggests, what is in the name? Collective. Collective can be a synonym of collection. You know, collection means group. So the group of people, animal or things, that is a collective noun. All right, we will give you examples and then we will understand it better. Right now, what you have to understand is a group of people, animal or things that is referred to as collective nouns. All right. So how do we form them? How do we form collective nouns? This is the formation. Collective noun plus of plus the plural noun. Whatever noun we have, उसकी plural form यहाँ पर आएगी and उसका जो collective noun होगा, which we will study now, collective noun plus of plus plural noun. You should write down this formation and we will see this in the upcoming slides. Okay, here collective nouns of people we are talking about first. For example, if we have certain Morris dancers, we say a side. What is the collective noun here? Side. A side of Morris dancers. If we have pipers, we say a skull of pipers. Right? There are certain candidates for certain job or something, some opportunity. So we don't say a group of candidates. Rather, a group of candidates is called a slate of candidates. Models, we say a slouch of models. A Sodom of shepherds. Squeal of nieces. Staff of employees. Staff of servants as well. Stock of foresters. Superfluity of nuns. Tabernacle of bakers. Tantrum of decorators. Team of athletes. And a team of players. A tribe of Indians. A troop of acrobats. A troop of performers. Females के लिए भी say a troop of females and a troop of males. Alright, this one was for people. Now next, like for sea animals, here you see, we say a bind of salmon, a company of angelfish, a family of sardines, a fleet of bass, a float of tuna fish, a flotilla of swordfish, a glint of goldfish, a herd of seahorses. Next, we have sea animals here as well. A party of rainbow fish, a school of cod, a shiver of sharks, a shoal of fish, a troop of shrimp, a swarm of dragonet fish, a squad of skid, a shoal of mackerel. Now you don't have to worry, you don't have to remember all these by heart. Once you will see the questions, जो हम end में quiz करेंगे, जब आप वो questions पढ़ लेंगे, समझ लेंगे, तो there will be only a few जो आपको याद रखने होंगे. In fact, आपको याद रखने की भी ज़रूरत नहीं है, यहाँ पे रट्टे नहीं मारने होंगे. You don't have to rote learn all this. आप once you solve a few questions and if you continue reading and being involved in the language, तो जो थोड़े से common है ना ये the common collective nouns, वो आपको anyway याद ही रहेंगे. So these are just for your reference. For example, some sort of question comes and you don't. So these are just for your reference. आप इससे अपनी vocabulary बढ़ा सकते हैं. I'm just giving you examples. So now a few more. Here we have for birds. Alright, we will do only a few important ones. For example, you see a brood of chickens, and for the hen also we say the same, a brood of hens. And for penguins we call it a colony, and for vultures again we call it a colony. For parrots we call it a company. Now you see, हमने formation कैसे करी थी? Formation we said the collective noun plus of plus the plural form. Right, so here is the plural form. For example, if you see of eagles, eagle की plural form is eagles and convocation is the common noun. So common noun plus of plus the plural form. So convocation of eagles. All right. Here again we have a few more collective nouns for birds. A flight of birds is the most common. You should remember this one. And you remember for crows also, murder of crows. And this one, a host of sparrows. And a stand of flamingos. And a pride of ostriches as well. And you see, this is quite funny. For a group of owls, we call it a parliament of owls. Now for amphibians, reptiles, invertebrates, insects. Now for the collective nouns, there is no limit. In fact, for nouns only, there is no limit for giving you examples. After all, what we did, what are nouns? Nouns are a noun refers to any person, place, animal, or thing. Right? Now there are so many people. There are so many places, there are so many animals, and there are so many things. अब हम सारे examples नहीं कर सकते हैं. Right? So I'm just giving you a few of them just for your reference. For example, here, frogs one. An army of frogs. For dinosaurs, we call it a herd. Alright. For snakes, we call it a den. For crocodiles, we call it a bath. इसमें formation you remember the collective noun plus of plus the plural form of the noun. Now next. Here are a few more. You see a bale of turtles, a culture of bacteria, army of caterpillars, flight of butterflies, colony of ants, swarm of bees, and a clutter of spiders. Now for mammals, these are a few interesting ones. For example, a colony of rabbits, colony of rats, colony of seals. Then for pigs, we call it a sounder of pigs. For cows, it's a flink. For deer, it's a herd. And for donkeys as well, and for bisons as well, it's a herd. And for lambs, it's a foal. For race horses, it's a field of race horses. These are a few more. We have elephants, we have herd again. We have a pack of dogs, a pack of wolves, and a sloth of bears, troop of goats, troop of monkeys. You must have heard about this. Now you see a few common ones you must already know. You just won't have known कि इन्हें हम collective nouns कहते हैं. वरना जैसे a pack of wolves, a pack of dogs, ये सब you must have heard in some of the movies, or you must have read somewhere. right? Now next, another one we have for things, like a pile of money, a deck of cards, a bunch of keys, and a fleet of ships, fleet of vehicles, chest of drawers, pair of shoes, library of books, roll of film, set of tools, album of photographs. You must already know that photographs का जो group है, we call that an album. Alright? So most of them are very common and you must already know. You would have known, I think. Now next. Okay. So now we are done with the abstract nouns. We have done 4 categories of nouns: proper nouns, common nouns, and abstract nouns, and collective nouns. Now we are moving towards our 5th category of nouns. Okay, this is pretty simple. Here you see, now there are 2 different words. One is a cup and the other is a cake. Both of them are absolutely 2 different things. But if we combine those 2 words, we can form another completely new word, which is a cupcake, right? Similarly here, butter, a completely different word, fly, a different word. But when we form them together, we again form a new word, which is what? Butterfly. Butterfly has no connection with butter or fly. It's an absolutely new word, which is a butterfly. Similarly here, sun plus flower makes a sunflower. And book and shelf makes a bookshelf. So these kind of words, they are called compound nouns. So what are compound nouns? When there are 2 words which are formed to make an absolutely new and different word. That is the compound noun. We have a few more examples, like pop plus corn makes popcorn, foot and ball makes a football, rain and bow makes a rainbow, moon and light makes a moonlight. Alright? These are also what? These are also compound nouns. So here we have the meaning of compound nouns, what they actually, what is the definition we can say. Compound nouns when 2 or more words that create another noun. Create a noun. One word joined together. There are 2 words which are creating one word together, and that word is a noun. So you understand what compound nouns are? 2 or more words that are creating another noun by joining the both of them. All right, let's move. Now here are again, I have given a few examples for you to understand better. I'll just quickly read them. Shoebox and butterfly, and star and fish, starfish, ear and ring, earring, hair and brush, hairbrush, hand and bag makes a handbag, wheel and chair. 2 different words make an absolutely new wheelchair. Straw is different, berries are different. Together they make strawberries. Now the next one, another few for you to go through. Pan and cake makes a pancake. Rain and bow. Bow is kind of an accessory. Rain and bow makes a rainbow. Grass alag hota hai and hopper alag hota hai, but both of them when combined together make grasshopper. Similarly for jelly beans, and similarly for bathtub. Okay, so here we are going to do a small topic, but important one. One more category we have is for countable and uncountable nouns. Okay, now as its name suggests, it is pretty easy to understand also. Countable nouns are the ones which we can count using numbers. Alright, and the uncountable nouns are for things that we cannot count using numbers. Alright, and these countable nouns can be singular or plural, and here we can use a or an for their singular form, but here it is difficult to tell. For the countable nouns, it is difficult to tell whether they are singular or plural. They might be some ideas or some abstract things. Let's see the examples. Here, for example, I have a big house. Like a big house. Now, house is countable. कि एक घर है, दो घर हैं, 10 घर हैं. They can be counted, right? So it is a countable noun. Then brothers. She has 2 brothers. So this is also countable, right? But here, when we see uncountable nouns, we see ideas, things like knowledge, air, fear. So these kind of things, they cannot really be counted. That's why we call them uncountable nouns. Alright, so in addition to the category of nouns we have done, this is also important, but this is pretty easy to understand, right? Countable and uncountable. Okay, let's move on. Now you have done all the 5 category of nouns. 5 category of nouns. We have understood what nouns are. We have done the 5 categories. We will quickly revise them now. Alright, so now we are revising our this is a very important slide. This is basically a summary of what all we have done in nouns in all the previous slides. Okay, so pay attention. This is like a summary. This is like a synopsis for you. Okay, now first of all, just erase it. Yes. So first of all, we have done 5 types of nouns. First is the common nouns. Second is the proper nouns. Third is the abstract nouns. Fourth is the collective nouns. And fifth, the compound nouns. Alright. So now you see, we started off with our very first picture, the scene or scenery of the park, wherein we explained about various common things that we could see. The general things we were talking about, for example, books, and for example, fruits. But similarly, when we compared them with proper nouns, and when we talked about specific things, specific places, specific names, specific persons, so that becomes a proper noun. Okay, we discussed about examples. For example, dog is a common noun, but for a proper noun, suppose your dog's name is Bruno. So Bruno is a proper noun and dog is a common noun. Similarly, if we take Kolkata. Now, if we say city, city is a common noun because it is a general thing. It is a common thing. City can be any city. But Kolkata is a specific city, so that becomes a proper noun. Next, we talked about abstract nouns. Abstract nouns, when we refer to, we talked about things that don't have any physical existence. They are an idea, any state or quality. For example, peace here. And we discussed terms like brotherhood, friendship, love, hate. All these things are abstract nouns. Alright. Then we moved on to collective nouns. Collective nouns refer to group. Any group when we are referring to, it becomes a collective noun. Group of people, animals or things. We discussed so many collective nouns and has given example of group of people. We discussed collective nouns like tribe of monkey, etc. And here when we talk about compound nouns, the example like for monkeys, we can either say tribe, we can also say troop, we can also say a cartload of monkeys, right? Then we move on to the compound nouns. Now for the compound nouns, we learn that they are made up of two words and they form a completely new word altogether. For example, suit and case. They are two different independent words, but we can combine them and form a new word, which is suitcase. All right. We discussed other examples also like pan plus cake, pancake. Right. So these are the 5 broad categories of nouns: common nouns, proper nouns, abstract nouns, collective nouns, and compound nouns. I hope you have understood them by now. So now let's move on. Now it's time for a quiz. We will do the sample questions of IEO and understand each question and try to find their answers. This will be like a practice for you. This will be like a mock exam for you. Now the rules here are, you already know them. Every question you will be given 1 minute. For every correct answer, you can award yourselves 10 points. And for every incorrect answer, no points. Why no points? Because IEO has no negative marking. So you have to be, here you have an advantage that there is no negative marking. So in every question you must answer, which means you should attempt all the questions. Okay? You should not leave any of the questions, because there is a chance that even if you think that this option is slightly correct, you are not sure, but you can say maybe C option is correct and maybe D option is correct. So you can at least mark one of them, and maybe there are chances that you are correct. After all, there will be no negative marking. All right. And correct answer, you have to award yourself points anyway. And every question I'll be giving you 60 seconds. However, for those who can answer the question quickly, and suppose you answer within the first 30 seconds, so you can fast forward the video and move it forward and go directly to the answer. You don't have to waste your time in the complete for the complete 30 seconds. And I have given 1 minute because for the IEO paper you have 35 questions and you get about 60 minutes to answer. So you get around around a minute for each question. In fact, you get more than a minute for each question. So on the safe side, I have given a minute. For those students who even take more than a minute to answer, if you take more than 1 minute, it's okay. You can pause the video, first answer it yourself and then check the answer, because it is important that you understand the question and you answer it yourself. When you will keep on practicing these questions, then eventually your time will come down from say 2 minutes to 1.5 minute to 1 minute eventually. So just the most important part here is not the time but answering the question. Okay, so be careful and answer the question. Time you will manage once you practice these questions enough. All right, now let's start. Your time starts now. 45 seconds left. Seconds up. Seconds left. 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1 and time's up. Alright, so here the first category of questions, what we have to do in here, it says fill in the blanks using given options to form a compound noun. So here we have to form a compound noun. What is a compound noun? When two words they join together and form a new word, that is a compound noun. Alright, so let's see the questions and you will get the hang of it, how to solve them. Here it says, press the dash alarm, I see some spark in the circuit. Alright, so here the options are A, morning alarm, B, burning alarm, C, fire alarm, or D, dark alarm. Now here you see they're talking about seeing some spark in the circuit. So spark, when there's a spark in the circuit, which alarm are they talking about? They must be talking about the fire alarm. राइट फायर अलार्म जिसे प्रेस करने से द जो भी फायर का जो सिस्टम होता है यू नो देयर इज दिस एयर कंडीशनड वाटर सिस्टम जो अपने आप पानी आने लग जाता है एंड दिस अलार्म रिंग होने लग जाता है सो फायर अलार्म इज फॉर दैट ऑलराइट सो रिंग द फायर अलार्म ओके seconds up. Seconds left. 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1 and time's up. Okay, so here Parle is a dash company. A, furniture company, B, confectionery company, C, medicine company or D, garment company. Now here Parle क्या बनाता है? Parle makes biscuits, etc. Right? So that comes under the category of confectionery. So Parle is a confectionery company. Okay. Time starts now. Seconds left. 30 seconds up. Seconds left. 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1 and time's up. Okay, so here The dash chimneys are the major source of air pollution. The factory companies, the dash chimneys are the major source of air pollution. A. Factory chimneys, B. Company chimneys, C. Field chimneys, or D. Shop chimneys. So here, which chimneys are the major source of air pollution? Chimneys कहाँ होती usually? They are in factories जहाँ से जो smoke है that goes out, so it causes a lot of air pollution. So here the compound noun is factory chimneys. Okay. Their time starts now. Forty-five seconds left. 30 seconds up. Seconds left. 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1, and time's up. Alright, now the next question says everything is sparkling because the dash team is coming tomorrow. A. Observing team, B. Researcher team, C. Inspection team, and D. Supervising team. So here the correct answer is C. Inspection team. कि inspection करने के लिए there's this team coming tomorrow. So everything should be एकदम perfect and flawless. So that's why everything is sparkling because कल team आएगी and they will do the inspection. So here the compound noun is inspection team. Okay. Their time starts now. Forty-five seconds left. 30 seconds up. 15 seconds left. 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1, and time's up. I find the dash bank an ideal location for harboring imaginative ideas. Now here the options are A. Water bank, B. Stream bank, C. Brook bank, or D. River bank. Now here we are talking about a scenic location, किसकी bank है, which proves to be an ideal location for harboring imaginative ideas. Harboring imaginative ideas मतलब imagine करने के लिए, शांति से बैठ के सोचने के लिए, for those ideas. So here we are talking about the river bank. River की जो side में let me explain this way. Suppose this is a river going, this is a river flowing, and this area, okay, this can be, जैसे यहाँ पे rocks होते हैं and all these areas, so this can be said to be a river bank. Okay, so the river bank, an ideal location for harboring imaginative idea. The compound noun is river bank. Their time starts now. 30 30 seconds up. Seven, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1, and time's up. Okay, so here, next category, what we have to do is, we have to fill in the blank with a suitable collective noun. Collective nouns क्या होते थे? Collective nouns with a group of something, right? जो हमने काफी पढ़ा था अलग-अलग चीज़ों के जो हमने ग्रुप्स के बारे में बात करी, जैसे ट्राइब ऑफ पीपल एंड द ग्रुप्स ऑफ एनिमल्स, अलग-अलग हम क्या कहते हैं. Okay, so here we have, yesterday I lost my dash of keys. Okay, so dash of keys, A, bouquet of keys, B, bunch of keys, C, bundle of keys, or D, packet of keys. Now for keys, we use the collective noun bunch. Okay, bunch of keys. The collective noun for keys is bunch. Your time starts now. Seconds left. 30 seconds up. Okay, so here it says, she brought a dash of flowers on my birthday. A, bouquet, B, crowd, C, bundle, or D, packet. So for flowers, this is pretty easy. Which one do we talk about? जब हम flowers की बात करते हैं, तो we refer to it as a bouquet of flowers. All right. Their time starts now. Seconds up. Okay, here our dash won the match. The options are cattle, B, crowd, C, team, or D, herd. So what are we talking about? What won the match? Match usually won by team. ठीक है, a group of players जो हैं वही तो match खेलेंगे, right? So our team won the match. The other people like cattle, ये तो animals के लिए refer होता है, like goats and buffaloes, cattle. Crowd जो audience होती है. Okay, so here we will be referring to team. Okay. Their time starts 45 seconds left. Seconds up. 15 seconds left. 'Now here the next question says, a dash of cattle was grazing. The options are A. Team, B. Crowd, C. Herd, and D. Packet. So what is a group of cattle called? A group of cattle is called a herd. ठीक है, हमने पिछले वाले क्वेश्चन में भी देखा था herd जो होता है it's a group of cattle कौन से? These animals like goats and cows and buffaloes. Okay, cattle हम उन्हें कहते हैं. So a herd of cattle was grazing. All right. Their time starts now. Seconds up. 15 seconds left. 'Okay, so here the question says, you can put a dash of tools in that box. Now options are A. Box of tools, B. Set of tools, C. Group of tools, or D. Troop of tools. Here the correct answer is A. Box of tools. तो tool जैसे हम कहते हैं ना tool box. अब हम tool box जो है, see this is very interesting. Now tool box. अगर हम इसे ऐसे लिख रहे हैं, so what does this become? This becomes a compound noun. But here when we are talking about a box of tools, then this is what? This box is a collective noun. Okay? Let's move on. Their time starts now. Seconds up. 15 seconds left. 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1, and time's up. Okay, so here the next category we have to talk about choosing the correct noun from the given options. Here we have television is a wonderful source of dash. Let's see, A. Inform, B. Informative, C. Informer, and D. Information. Now here the correct answer is D. Information. because you see A, inform, this is the verb. B, informative, is an adjective. C, informer, this is also a noun, but it refers to a person. Okay, here the suitable correct noun is information. Alright. Your time starts now. Seconds up. Seconds left. 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1, and time's up. Okay, here your passport shows your A, native, B, national, C, nationality, and D, nationalist. Okay. So here the correct answer is C, nationality. Your passport shows your nationality. Right. The other words, A, native, native is an adjective. B, national, national is also an adjective. D, nationalist, this is also an adjective. Now here, nationality, this talks about which means where you belong to. Okay, what is your nationality? In sense like you are, if you live in India, your nation is India, so your nationality becomes Indian. Okay. Your time starts now. Seconds up. 15 seconds left. 'Now here it says, you can show a driving license to prove your A, identify, B, identifiable, C, identified, D, identity. Now here the noun correct one is D, identity. To prove your identity, मतलब आपकी पहचान. The other words, A, identify is a verb, B, identifiable is an adjective, C, identified is a past form of the verb to identify, which means we identified him, मतलब हमने उसे पहचान लिया. Okay, the past form, identified. All right. Your time starts now. 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1 and time's up. So here it says we need a dash to help us understand this letter. It is written in Spanish. We need to translate. B, we need translating. C, translated. D, translator. Here the correct answer is D, translator. We need a translator. Translator is a person who translates, from one language to another. Otherwise, a translate is a verb. B, translating verb and in continuous form. C, translated, translate the past form, again verb. Alright. Their time starts now. "45 seconds left. Seconds up. Seconds left. 'Okay, here the Indian warriors showed exceptional A, brave, B, bravely, C, braver, D, bravery. Okay, so here the correct answer, the noun is D, bravery. And which type of noun is this? This is an abstract noun. Okay, now if you see the other words, like here, A, brave, this is an adjective. B, bravely, this is an adverb. But here, braver, we can say, it is sometimes used to say the comparative form of brave. Brave, braver and bravest. Okay, so this is also an adjective. Their time starts now. "45 seconds left. 30 seconds up. Seconds left. 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1 and time's up. Okay, so the next question says, how did the universe come into dash? A, exist, B, existence, C, existing, D, existed. Here the correct noun is B, existence. The other words, A, exist is a verb, C, existing, verb and continuous form, D, exist is verb and past form. Their time starts now. Seconds left. 30 6, 5, 3, 2, 1, and time's up. Okay, so here, next category says, choose the correct noun or noun phrase from the given options. Here, Suresh, the dash of the football team, is my best friend. A, the captain. B, captaining. C, captained. D, captains. Here, which is the correct noun? Noun phrase is the captain. Suresh, the captain. Okay. Other words, B, captaining is a verb in continuous form. C, captained, verb in past form. D, verb in present form. Captains. Okay. Here, अगर हमें use करना होगा तो हम कहते हैं Suresh captains the football team. All right. Your time starts now. Seconds left. 30 seconds up. Mr. Sehgal dash is moving out next week. Mr. Sehgal one neighbor, Mr. Sehgal neighbor, Mr. Sehgal one of our neighbors, Mr. Sehgal the neighbors. So here we are talking about Mr. Sehgal, who is one particular neighbor, but which one are we going to refer here? Okay, Mr. Sehgal, आपका एक ही तो neighbor नहीं होगा, right? So one of our neighbors. This is a noun phrase. Noun or noun phrase में यही फर्क है that noun phrase is more than one word, right? But it is a group of phrase, but that particular one does the action of a noun. Okay. Your time starts now. Seconds up. Aman and Hardik dash have been chosen to represent the school in athletics. A. Boys from my class. B. My class. C. Boys. D. The boy. This one is also pretty easy, I think. This one is boys. Aman and Hardik, boys from my class. Right. All of these are also nouns, but the correct noun phrase is this one, because we're referring to these two people who are the boys from my class. Okay. Your time starts now. 45 seconds left. Seconds up. Okay, so this question says the statement dash shocked everyone. The statement he died sudden. B, that he died suddenly. C, he died suddenly. D, he died suddenly. Now here the correct answer is B, that he died suddenly. The statement, and there's a comma, and there's this statement in blank heavy choice. What is this particular statement we're talking about? That he died suddenly. Alright. So, yes, the answer is B. Their time starts now. Seconds up. Next category. Here what do we have to do? We have to choose the countable or uncountable noun from the given options. Let's see. There are plenty of fish in the pond. B, there are a large amount of fish in the pond. C, there are little fish in the pond. There are D, any fish in the pond. So here, which noun are we going to use for fish? A, plenty of fish. Right. There are plenty of fish in the pond. Their time starts now. Seconds up. Seven, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1, and time's up. Okay, here it says dash minutes is all it takes for him to shave. A little minutes, B, a few minutes, C, much minutes, or D, any minutes. Now for minutes, what do we use? It is so 4 minutes. Which one suits here? B, few minutes. Alright. Few is what? Few is an uncountable noun. seconds up. 15 seconds left. 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1 and time's up. Okay, so here the postman put dash letters in the bag. Any letters in the bag? B, much letters in the bag. C, a little letters in the bag. D, many letters in the bag. And the correct answer is D, many letters in the bag. Right. Your time starts now. Forty-five seconds left. 30 seconds up. 15 seconds left. 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1 and time's up. Okay, so here the question says, he threw dash nuts to the monkeys. A little, B, some nuts, C, any nuts, D, much nuts. Well, this one's pretty easy as well. He threw some nuts to the monkey. Your time starts now. 45 seconds left. 30 seconds up. 15 seconds left. 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1 and time's up. So here the question says, she uses only dash cooking oil in her cooking. A few cooking oil, B, a little cooking oil, C, much cooking oil, or D, any cooking oil. Here the correct answer is a little cooking oil. Your time starts now. 45 seconds left. 30 2, 1 and time's up. So here, choose the correct option to complete the sentence. The following questions. There isn't dash space left. Many space left. A lot space left. Much space left. Or few space left. Here the correct answer is, for space we say there isn't much space left. ज़्यादा जगह नहीं बची है. Alright. Space is not really countable. So we use here much. Their time starts now. Forty-five seconds left. 30 seconds up. Seconds left. 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1 and time's up. So here this one says, we saw a dash of ducks near the pond. A, flock of birds. B, herd of ducks. C, pod of ducks. D, string of ducks. So this is the question of collective noun. Which is the collective noun we use for ducks? Now for ducks, we use string. Like we saw a string of ducks near the pond. Alright. Their time starts now. Forty-five seconds left. 30 seconds up. 15 seconds left. 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1 and time's up. Okay, here the question says, please add dash more milk to my coffee. A, many more milk. B, few more milk. C, some more milk. D, less more milk. Correct answer is some more. Okay. Please add some more milk to my coffee. Yes. Their time starts now. Forty-five seconds left. 30 here, the United Nations is an international. A. Organize. B. Organization. C. Organizer. D. Organized. Okay. United Nations is an international. B. Organization. Alright. The other words. A. Organize is a verb. C. Organizer is a noun, but it refers to a person or maybe someone who usually organizes. But international organization, UN, is a system. It is an organization. It's not an organizer. D. Organized is a verb ki past form. Organize ki past form. Okay. Their time starts now. Five seconds left. Seconds up. Here the question says Reena has good dash of this subject. So A, known of this subject. B, know of this subject. C, knowledge of this subject. Or D, knowledgeable of this subject. So here the correct answer is C, knowledge of this subject. Knowledge is the noun here. Abstract noun. The other words know. This is an adjective. B, know. This is a verb. D, knowledgeable. This is again an adjective. Alright. With this we come to an end for our nouns class. We've done all the questions.
That's all for our class on nouns. I hope you have understood the various categories. Make sure you have understood the differences between all of them so that you don't equate one with another and don't get confused between these two while answering the questions of a particular category. Alright, so keep revising and keep learning. I will see you the next time. Thank you for watching.